Hello.
Hello.
Welcome everybody.
We're not late, you're early.
Exactly, we're totally not late.
Oh my gosh, it looks like it's gonna storm.
Oh, got a storm brewing.
Sailor Jupiter.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na, Sailor Moon. Oh, guess I'm not eating 9 point. Hello. Wow, there's so many of you. You should show up late more often. I mean, not late. We're totally not late.
Where's my computer? Did you sit on it?
Mhm.
Where is it?
I don't know.
It should.
Did you put it back in the couch?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay. I profit off your lateness. Very good. Glad we could help, Saul. Oh, I thought I was going to clean up the yard this afternoon, but it looks like it's raining.
Let
No.
the rain come down and break my dreams.
I got an ad before it started. Aw. I'm sorry. Hello,
Thanks
hello.
for supporting us by watching our ads.
That's true. Thank you. June gave me 15 cats. Very nice. Did you have a bet that we'd be away? Don't illegally gamble on our streams, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna quietly touch our microphone and point it towards Ursula.
Thank you.
She points it towards me, but I don't need amplification. Oh my goodness, guys, I haven't seen the chat yet, so bear with me. Oh my goodness, half an hour late. Because I got a haircut. Which one? Find out next stream. Pop the chat, Bones, so you can't see how many people are here.
You admire it. Very good. Hello.
Oh wow, it is raining.
Yeah, we just
Opa.
missed the rain.
Someone broke a bunch of stuff at Walmart today.
Yeah.
Okay, Canadian Walmart isn't as like eventful as American Walmart
No.
based on like videos I've seen. Also, by going into an American Walmart, those places are sketchy.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oof.
I went into one in Tennessee, I think. And man, it is nothing like Canadian Walmart.
Dude, are you saying our Walmarts are classy?
American Walmart is the Florida of stores. Honestly, Canadian Walmarts are pretty classy. Canadian McDonald's are super classy.
Yeah.
Like McCafe.
Yeah. We've got some pretty classy Mickey
Like, as
D's.
far as, like, fast food goes, in Canada, I feel like not Walmart, McDonald's, well, McDonald's in a Walmart, that's different. That's just normal fast food. But if you go, usually when you go to, like, McDonald's, like, their salads are so good.
Mm.
Like
the lettuce is nice and
oh
fresh.
man, they got a spring mix of lettuce instead of romaine or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just like tomatoes, it's really good. McDonald's is everywhere. Classy McDonald's, are you kidding? No, it is.
It's true.
It's like really classy as far as fast food. Like, I don't want to like say it's like a super classy restaurant. And usually they're kind of gross inside because they're too big for the amount of staff that they have.
Mm.
But they're like pretty good, and they're pretty good to their workers too here.
Yeah.
Like, as far like they're not good to American workers, but like everyone I talk to, McDonald's is some of the nicest stuff because they hire from within too,
Yeah.
which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to like your place where random people would show up as manager.
Oh, I hated that when I worked at a hotel.
Yeah, Starbucks is good too for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Starbucks has better wages than other coffee shops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just it's but again, it really depends on like what country you are in.
Yeah.
I'm from Toronto and I can say it's not classy, y'all. Man, it is classier than like other fast food places.
Mm-hmm.
I went to like A&W in Toronto and frick off. They were so rude to me. Toronto's just rude in general. I agree. Like, not all... Okay, like, Torontonians are barely Canadians. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Canadians all nice. Bones confirmed it. Maybe it's just yeah. Downtown Toronto is just terrible. Like every single place is mean.
Everyone's angry.
Yeah, Toronto is nothing like the rest of Canada. I honestly,
Mm-hmm.
Torontonians, it's the worst. Like they're super mean and everything's expensive.
Right. I'm like, no, thank you.
Y'all are just angry down there. True, yo. Sorry, you Canadians.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. A&W root beer floats are my love.
They're good.
Torontonians are like the New Yorkers of Canada. Basically. Like,
Mhm.
Toronto is like nothing like New York. Because New York is like way worse than Toronto. Toronto is like bad for Canada. So it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you go there, it is. I hate it. I hate being in Toronto. Like, when I first went, I was like all struck by like skyscrapers and stuff. And now I'm just like, I hate it here. It's smelly. It's the subway vents that
Mm.
like whoosh up.
Or just stinky air.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just claustrophobic. Everyone's angry. No one knows how to drive.
Everyone pushes into you when they're walking by.
Oh man, we were stuck in Toronto during an Ed Sheeran concert.
It's the
Like
worst.
downtown Toronto. It was the worst. Toronto is to Canada like Philadelphia is to Pennsylvania.
It was Fan Expo let out just as an Ed Sheeran concert was letting out, so it was just like one street with everyone in the world on it, and we were like, please.
Well, Torontonians are stinky. That really does sound like New York. In Michigan, we were just tired all the time and hitting the roads and the potholes. Yeah, Michigan's terrible. Michigan's a terrible state. I'm sorry that you live there. Like, if you ever go through Windsor into Detroit, like, Windsor is scummy as far as, like, Canada goes. Like, I remember driving through it and being like, man, this place kind of sucks. Like, this place is falling apart. And then we crossed over the border into Detroit, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what falling apart means. Like, man. And then you continue through Michigan, and, like, it's better, but it never gets as good as Windsor was. And you're like, man. Then you go into Ohio, and that is the most boring state. Like,
Well, it's just throwing shade at
like
everyone.
I'm sure that there's, like, no. I'm sure there's something that's equally boring to Ohio, but Ohio is just flat cornfields, like as far as you can see. It's probably what Saskatchewan feels like, honestly, where you're just staring and like nothing. But Ohio is boring and long. Exactly. I bet Saskatchewan's worse because Saskatchewan's large.
Yeah, true.
It's just endless. Throwing shade at states and cities. I mean, I love Philly, but it's very different than the suburbs.
Isn't that like a joke from Brent Butt? Where it's like, if your dog, or some Canadian comedian, where it's like, if you're in Saskatchewan and your dog runs away, you can see it going for days.
That's from the Corner Gas theme song.
Is it?
Yeah, I could tell you that your dog ran away. Yeah, it's literally from the theme song
Oh,
of Corner
really?
Gas.
Oh my god, okay. I remember someone did a stand-up bit of it.
I think it's just like a really common joke in Saskatchewan.
Probably.
It's like, oh yeah, my dog ran away. It took 3 days.
Yeah,
Like,
this one's over there.
yeah, you can see it running. Have you seen Nebraska? There's not even cornfields.
Oh god.
Jeez. Ohio and myself, I must agree, pretty boring here. I gotta say, Ontario is pretty lit. Like,
We were lush.
we got a lot going on. We got mountains. We got waterfall country.
We got waterfalls, we got forests, we got cliff sides.
Yeah, we got. Wait, it's better.
What?
We got deciduous forests.
Ooh.
We got boreal forests.
Ooh.
We got coniferous forests.
Yo!
Yeah, man.
We got it all. Come to Ontario.
We got the fruit belt,
Heck yeah.
where all the fruit comes from, and then
Fruit.
you go up north and you get all the maple syrup.
Yeah. Come to
Yeah,
Ontario.
we got some French people here.
Yo!
Yeah,
We got bears.
names places to dump on. Oh man.
We got bag milk. We do.
We got free healthcare.
Heck yeah. Come to Ontario. And if you don't have like OHIP, at least you can get cheap healthcare.
Yeah.
Like-
Medical tourism. Come over here. The drugs are real cheap. We got free. We got legal weed.
Yeah. Get over here. Mark, I'm taking you to Ontario. Heck, I want free healthcare, please.
Honestly, we have a terrible like premier right now
We do.
who wants to dismantle healthcare.
But we'll fight him.
Yeah. We'll fight.
We'll fight for your right to healthcare.
Ontario's great as long as you're not a First Nations person.
That's true. Well, anywhere in Canada, if you're First Nations, you're pretty screwed over by the government and
Yeah.
society.
Come to Canada. We have a genocide going.
That's so sad.
It's real though.
It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just First Nations people disappear and
If you
no
need a
one
second
cares.
choice, come over to Scotland. Scotland sounds pretty lit too. My
Yeah.
stepdad's Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got sheep. You got fields. You got angry guys.
We got ocean.
I missed the beginning of the stream. It's fine. Don't worry.
We're just talking about
We're talking about
Lit
states
places.
and provinces.
our lit
Florida's
province.
a terrible place.
Yes.
Florida's just got terrible people. Like,
Mm.
it's also got some terrible weather that happens, but it's
Yes.
kind of an interesting, like, biologically.
It is. It is very strange as someone from like up north to go there and there's just lizards running around.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me?
It's like Texas and Florida. It's like, it'd be great if, like, some cultural shifts happened.
Yeah.
I could use free healthcare. I'm piling on so many prescriptions. I'm starting to feel like Melman from the Madagascar movies. Oh, right, yeah. Don't worry, Cena, Bones, and Ursula missed it too.
Shut up.
Florida's humid and there's gators. Like, that's cool. We just have bears.
Yeah. We got bears and coyotes.
Yeah. We got wolves.
That's true.
Yeah, we've got wolves. We got wolves for days.
Wolves for days. We're gonna go to Algonquin and get eaten by the wolves.
Hell yeah, wolf party.
Yes.
We got grizzle bears.
Grizzly bears.
I can't contribute to this conversation at all. And like Latina silence. Hey,
Hey.
talk about how cool where you live is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What wildlife do you got? What's your like landscape like? Is it lit?
Sell your world on us.
Yes.
We unfortunately can't go many places because we're queer and scared.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to go to America anymore because
Mm.
y'all's country is crazy.
Yeah, you have guns.
Bad
I don't
enough
want to go
here.
where there's
Oh
guns.
my god, like, anytime you go to the States, you're like, is this when I get shot?
This is where I die. Our robins are cuter.
We got lots of deer, beavers.
Are European robins cuter?
Yeah, they're way cuter.
Aw.
They're not even related. Our robins
Oh.
are thrushes, and theirs are like more of like a titmouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I laugh every time I hear that.
I don't want to go to America either, Bones. Florida has lots of cool animals. I saw Quaker parrots. Yeah, Florida's got so many cool animals.
Parrots. It's so cute. We have foxes, loads of foxes.
Texas is where you get shot, bro. Right?
Ugh.
We all have so many guns. Like, Canada has a lot more guns than you think it does.
Yeah.
But they're all shotguns and they're meant for killing coyotes. Like,
Yeah.
that's... And, like, long arms aren't what are scary. Like, it's like handguns.
Mhm.
Handguns are the scariest. Like, that's where all the trouble comes from.
Like being able to conceal a weapon and stuff.
Concealed weapons, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they're what are scary. Like, I'm not really afraid of, like, all that other stuff.
I mean, obviously, it would be horrifying if someone came in with a shotgun to murder people, but it doesn't
Yeah.
happen very often.
Yeah. Even, like, assault weapons, like, they're not usually the big problem. It's like handguns. Like, those are really
Yeah.
scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, sometimes I'll see someone with a phone and I'm like, is that a gun? And then I'm like, oh, you're in Canada, and just calm down. The only time I see guns is in cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone got shot with a crossbow here.
Oh, right.
That
Forgot about that.
That was a big thing for a while.
Yeah. They get
And
creative
trans
in
POC,
Canada.
go to public school. Oh yeah.
Oof.
There are cougars in my province. Cougars can purr.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Cougars are pretty rad.
Goes to show how awesome you are. To the point where I have no questions left to ask. Oh.
Oh yeah, do you guys have any art and writing related questions?
A lot of people go to Walmart with their guns. Yeah, totally. I went
That's
to an
weird.
American Walmart and saw people with guns.
Ah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Cougars sound like women screaming.
There was
They're adorable.
one of my coworkers, her family has like a farm in Alberta, and she brought her boyfriend from Ontario, like a city slicker boy, like to her farm on a vacation, and they were gonna go for a hike, and her dad was like, "Here, take this gun." He hands him a shotgun, and then he's like, "Careful, there's bears." And the boyfriend was like, "Oh, haha, that's funny."
Yeah. See, like, I don't mind that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a big problem with it.
Yeah.
But it's like America, like, what are you doing? I've never seen people with guns at stores unless they're a policeman.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, but I don't trust the police.
Also that, yeah.
Honestly, I don't have anything to worry about because I'm white.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Like, still. I'm white and masked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we had a cop had to chase down a transport truck that was gonna get stuck.
Oh,
So
yeah!
there's this
That
one.
was funny.
There's
was
this
really
one
good.
street right beside us that has like a bridge for a railway right over top of it, and it's only like 3.5 meters. Like, it only goes up 3.5 meters, so if your car is taller than that, you can't go through. And there's been so many times when stupid trucks miss all the like 7 signs that say like you can't go past this point if you're over like 3.5 meters tall.
Yeah.
It's like
And they get stuck.
they get stuck. And so like there was this transport truck that was turning onto this little street, and this cop was like, "Oh no." Like chased him down and like pulled him over and was like, "Turn around."
I think the cop was just there because they were watching out for the parade.
Yeah, there was a parade that was gonna happen.
And then there was a bunch of people shouting at the transport
Yeah,
truck.
they're like, "Don't
I have
go."
a feeling that truck wanted to go there, though. Because I sometimes see transport trucks pull into that parking lot.
Oh, the little one that he went through?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I think it might have just been going there the whole time.
Ah, I see.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if concealed carry makes me feel safer or more anxious. It should make you feel more anxious, honestly. I don't see any guns, but I also don't see any guns. Yeah, concealed carry is scary.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
'Cause, like, what was the study? It's like guns don't really contribute to safety. They just lead to more, like, fatal,
yeah.
like,
altercations.
consequences of, like, violent crimes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because, like, I didn't even realize this. Because, like, when we have a break-in, like, I'm not even really afraid of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of, like, going downstairs and, like, someone up with a gun.
Yeah.
Because, like, maybe. But it's unlikely. But, like, in America, it's, like, they definitely have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Where I just imagine, like, it's probably some drug addict in our house. Or teenagers.
Yeah.
Like... Because I don't even... Like, I know you can get a gun, but it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I might move to Canada soon. And knowing people don't regularly carry guns makes me feel safe. Like, honestly, I can't even imagine it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know people who are into guns here, but they're mostly just, like...
They just go to ranges or they hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, most people don't even go to ranges. It's just, like, they go to hunt, or they're just, like... They like guns, and... I don't know, it's a very different thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, the American love of guns is, like, almost like, this is my right, and I'm protecting and blah blah blah. And the Canadian gun nuts I know are usually more like people who own swords, where they're like they're cool.
Like they'll have collections of like antiques. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I find those stuff cool. Like I watch gun things, especially of like old guns. I find them interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, America was founded on guns, so yeah. Americans' love of guns is cultish. It's just really weird. I mean, complete grad school in Canada, but depends on how easy it'd be to immigrate and establish a life there. It's hard to get into Canada, I know. America's way easier to get into. But that's because you guys offer nothing. Like, you go to America and you lose out. Because if you go to America and become an American citizen, no matter where you go or make money, you have to, like, pay taxes on it to America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even if you end up going to live back in Canada, if you're a citizen, you still have to, like...
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's something ridiculous like that.
Like, you always have to be paying taxes, even if you're not in the country, or, like, making money in, like, through American stuff. Oh my god.
It's, like, ridiculous.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And you get nothing out of it, because, like...
They don't pay for your health care.
They don't give you anything.
They don't give you education. They don't give you health care.
If you go to Canada, either live in Ontario or not Quebec, BC.
Yeah.
BC is impossible to live because, like, it costs so much money. Ontario's getting up there, but, like, every time I look into stuff, Ontario and BC have, like, the best healthcare benefits.
Mm.
Yeah. Because it's different depending on what province you're in.
Yeah.
In America, you get the illusion of Canada, Dollar Tree Canada. America lets me be severely underpaid. Canada does too. Like, it's easy to look at us and be like, "Oh yeah, you have $11 minimum wage," but it's Canada money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean much.
Yeah.
The value's not like the American dollar.
Yeah. It's cheaper to live here though.
Yeah.
Food in America is so cheap.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Y'all's food is ridiculously cheap.
Mm.
Like, Canada, like, stuff is so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, even compared to, like American fast food, like, that stuff is ridiculously cheap.
I know, because whenever we go to, like, everyone's like, oh, fast food's so cheap, but it's the same if we went to, like, a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah.
Here. Like...
It's cheaper to go to the pub here.
Yeah.
Food in America is expensive? Oh my god. Is it?
Is it?
Is it even cheaper in the UK? Like, how is that possible? Are you guys on an island? Well, my brother was talking about in California how cheap it was. Just to, like, buy burgers, like, it was ridiculous. I think it's just because I've had the FDA. Oh yeah, maybe it's just not safe.
It's not regulated, so it's cheap.
It is true.
Yeah.
Canadian chocolate bars are better than American, and European chocolate bars are also good. Because Americans are allowed to put a bunch of crap in their chocolate bars. Texas are big here. Most of them aren't even used properly, and people are putting in solution. Fast food looks cheap, but it adds up over time. Yeah, I mean, it adds up over time. I'm just saying that it's way cheaper in America.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is like when you have enough money to buy bulk, like you're not the kind of person who needs like the bulk prices.
Totally.
Yeah. Unhealthy is cheap. Unhealthy is expensive. I hate people who fight you on this. And they're like, lettuce is like this much. And you're like, how long does lettuce keep? I can't eat a whole bucket of lettuce.
Totally.
Like, it just goes bad so quick. Mm-hmm. Unless you're eating rice and beans is like your cheapest option. Canada has stricter food policies, therefore more expensive. You know what probably it is we have like... Okay, like, I know dairy farmers talk about this, but like, we have like ridiculous... limits on that stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like there's no small dairy farmers
Oh,
anymore.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like you have to. Yeah, only a certain amount of people get the contracts or something. I don't know what it was. Ursula, do your work.
Charlie.
I plan to draw a lineless comic, but I struggle with drawing hair. As I draw them either way too complicated or too bad. Any advice for drawing in lineless, please, especially the hair? You gotta think of it in shapes.
Yeah. I'd have to see what you're talking about. Because with lineless, at least the one I'm doing, like if you're doing it really flat, like a really flat
We
lineless
bought
style.
something.
If you're doing a really flat lineless style, I think you really just have to focus on like implied like form. Whereas the one I'm doing where it's like very rendered, I basically just like
Oh, someone bought buttons.
hey.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Right. So I'll like render the form. So like take Marble's face here, where like there's fur on it because he's the cat, right? So like this isn't even complete, but like I'll figure out the shadow so that I get like the planes of his face like properly rendered, and then I'll just add in texture a little bit to show that he has fur instead of like rendering all of the fur. But that's just for this particular style, because you can have styles where you render all the fur or all the strands of hair. I think I'd honestly just study form and kind of making things feel 3D. And if you're ever stuck on how to draw hair, grab lots of references, because that'll help you a lot. It's hard, but you'll get there.
Can you have multiple characters fill an antagonistic role in a story? Can they help the main character at times as well? I'm pretty sure you can have multiple antagonistic characters. I mean, that makes sense. Sometimes them helping. Yeah. I could see it. I feel like the best way to do that would be to make it part of the arc of the antagonist to help, and you'd want to push towards it eventually, I guess. Group of antagonists. How long did it take you approximately to do all your character rotations? Like half a year.
Yeah. Okay, so I was working on them for like 30 minutes to an hour, like once a week.
Yeah.
For like 6 months. So
Yeah.
whatever that totals is how long it took me.
Yeah, it was like once a week.
Yeah. So yeah, and I was drawing like what, like 10, 15 characters?
It was a lot of characters.
Yeah. Like, you know, it takes as long as it's going to take. Because sometimes, like, just the design phase can take a really long time as you figure out this character. And sometimes it can go really quick if you have, like, you know exactly what you want your character to look like. So it just takes as long as it's going to take. And if it's taking you, like, so long that you're not getting anywhere, you might need to, like, start quickening your pace a bit.
Do you have any tricks for making conversation between two characters a bit less boring? It's in regards to fleshing out their backgrounds, but writing it out seems super dull. I think one of the keys to making like an interesting dialogue is how you frame it. Sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes, like, if your backstory is interesting enough, like, you can sometimes let it stand on its own. And then other things to consider are, like, since you're doing a comic, would it be wise to maybe, like, I like to do this when it's just a boring conversation, but have your dialogue happening kind of over top of, like, images of the past scene playing out, like a flashback, but implying that it's being described. That's a good way to do it if it's if you have an interesting backstory. But if it's just small bits of information, it's good to just frame it frame it frame it well. And by that I mean just like have an interesting scene around it. Like instead of having them sitting around the kitchen table telling each other backstories, have them like, I don't know, maybe they're in the middle of a sword fight and they realize something about each other, and the one person is like trying to get like alive through the sword fight, but the other one is distracted by like, wait, you're this thing? And you're like, yes, I'm that thing. I did this and this, and they're fighting while they're doing it. And
Yeah.
yeah. It's just how you frame it. Like you can make it interesting that way.
Yep.
Do you have any tips for smoother transitions between scenes? Man, that's the $1 million question. Sometimes when your scenes don't feel like they're smoothly transitioning, it's because you haven't ended your scenes properly. I'm gonna talk about that later, but sometimes when my scenes are like, wow, these aren't transitioning well, it's because I didn't really write it all the way to the end. And other times it's because you're pairing it beside the wrong scene to come next. And then other times it's like you actually need a nice smooth transition. But most of the time a hard cut will do it. There's very rare occasions where I actually do a nice smooth transition. Question. I planned my first comic to be a short, made a new story instead of the long one. But now the one I'm working on is turning long and complicated. What I do help. Cut things out. Take out some characters. Take out elements of lace. Like, that, lace plot lines tend to be what expand your story, and they're usually attached to characters. So if you have a location plot, get rid of it. Like, if you're planning for them to be on a journey while they're doing this, get rid of the journey, see if you can do it without that, or without a big event plot happening. You just gotta cut it down. Like, you gotta learn to sacrifice things here a bit.
Yep.
Just get it done. I'm actually struggling more with shading than drawing itself.
I want to illustrate horror, but I don't want to write horror.
I'm
Just-
answering questions in order.
Oh, sorry.
Guys, yell at Ursula for me.
It's okay.
How would you go about writing a false antagonist? I'm not sure what you mean. Like someone who turns out to not be the antagonist? I don't know what you mean by that. I need more details. How do you go visually from scene to scene in your comics? Like, how do you jump from the end of scene A to the start of scene B? You can do it at a page turn, or you can do it with different like color shifts. That's like a big cue that a change has happened. And if you're not doing color, make sure to just do establishing shots. They're like the gold standard of changing scenes.
Sometimes, like, this is a small trick that I'll do. If I have a scene change within one page, I'll leave a big gap of gutter space.
Yeah.
Though that really happens with our comics. It's usually like the next page is like a new scene.
Yeah. When you're in a story, when making a story, would you recommend fleshing out characters, then world building, plot creation? What do you think is the most efficient way? There is no efficient way to do it. It's all a mess, and you just kind of go like those three things are happening all at the same time. Because sometimes I kind of leave all of it half built. I have like the beginnings of a plot, the beginnings of world building, and then I kind of write until I reach a gap and fix it. But yeah, make sure to have at least the beginnings of all of these. You see the end of the first scene, and then it's suddenly X amount of time later, the next scene starts. The 10 times element of scene A and B signal that it's ended. I want to illustrate horror, but I don't want to write horror. Heck. Get a writer. Find someone who likes to write horror, become their friend.
Yeah.
Merge characters too. Yeah, that's a good one. How to properly color comics.
How do you properly color comics?
Man, that's a whole video topic.
I'm going to have many videos coming up that are all about different aspects of coloring your comic. It's a big question.
Red herring antagonist. What's your zodiac sign? Gemini and Libra. You have to figure out who is who.
Based on our personalities.
Or our birthdays.
Yeah.
It's controversial or clever to make no one completely two-dimensional hero. Is it controversial or clever to make no one a two-dimensional villain or hero? It's a pretty standard practice. Like sometimes it's fine to go either way, honestly. But the way that you frame your story, one is is going to feel like the villain. Oh, it's complicated, man. Don't worry about it. The antagonist is whoever gets in the way of your protagonist. Their morality doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
How do you do that, Bones? How do we do what? I'm Taurus? I don't know. I've never made a friend in my life.
Sorry, I'm dying over everyone's guesses. Why do you think I'm a Libra? Why do you think Bones is Gemini?
Anytime a story jumps around a single timeline. Any tips for a story that jumps around a single timeline? Watch shows that do that and read other books that do that and take notes. Starts in the middle and make sure to align it nicely along a plot graph. It's an undertaking there, bud. If you're doing a flashbacks, a good way to do that is just to treat the flashbacks as their own plot line and structure it with a beginning, middle, and end. Like that's a pretty easy way to do that. My plot characters feel like half done pasta. It's edible but not quite ready yet. What would you say to someone trying to hand paint a comic? You're crazy.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, I know that, like, by hand paint, do you mean, like, traditionally? Because I have a friend who, like, she'd be doing, like, painted stuff and, like, inked stuff, and, like, every time she'd, like, get to the very end of a page and then make this huge mistake, because, like, the paint ran or, like, the ink ran or whatever, and she's like, I have to redo this whole frickin' thing.
Yeah, and it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time you're done all your supplies, even if you're using, like, the cheapest stuff, like, you might as well just get a cheap tablet and an art program. Not that hand drawing them is bad, it's like, if you're gonna do it, keep it very small.
Yeah.
Like, under 100 pages, and then see how you like it.
Yeah.
If you want to keep doing that. I'd approach it with caution.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do if plots are very complicated, but you take away something, it won't be interesting? It seems... Well, complicated doesn't mean a better plot. Like, if your stories are uninteresting, if you take away one plot from them, like, I feel like there's a more inherent kind of issue there. Because, like, you can make anything interesting as long as you give it that love, you know? Like, a lot of it comes down to whether your characters care about your plot or not. Because the character's struggle and dedication to something is, like, what kind of brings people into interest of things, I guess. Because, like, I think it's a lot like the idea that, like, humans can kind of empathize with anything. Like, if you give a lamp a bit of personality, you're gonna root for the lamp. Like, you gotta get your people interested in your characters. I wonder about writing a false antagonist. A character that's good, then seems bad, then turns out they were good the whole time. How to foreshadow for the real... Oh, sort of like an anti-hero type thing, but no one can agree on what an anti-hero is. Um, I think you just gotta align it along the plot events, right? So you start by thinking they're nice. You do a midpoint where everyone thinks they're evil, and then you do a final revelation at the end. And I guess that would kind of um, align with like um, not a character plot. That's most likely an answer plot too, where it's just like, what is the moral compass of this character? So it's like they start off and you're like confused about it, and then you get information that builds up to be like, okay, they're nice, and they're like, no, they're not nice. Plot twist, midpoint, and then you keep getting answers further and further until you're like, okay, super duper villain time, and then you get to the low point where you're like, you were the chosen one, and then it's revelation. Oh, they were good the whole time. Ah, yeah. Just align it nicely. It'd be an answer plot if it's a mystery as to whether or not they're evil or not. I hope that helped. Oh man, I lost you guys. Oh, are you gonna read my comic? Give me $8 a month. I don't even read anyone's comics. I'm sorry. I love you, Jim, though. I barely have time to like read.
He doesn't even read my comics. And they're his comics that I'm drawing.
Bones has Aries energy, but Gemini undertones. How big should establishing setting panels be? Half the page? A third of the page to 2/3, never in between, because we're obeying the rule of thirds here, guys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
A third to 2/3. That's your sweet spot right there. Traditional with gouache. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, that can get
Do
expensive.
something small. Keep your traditional comics to your short ones.
Yeah.
Is it bad to want to write a character's first kiss on a toy? Nah, embrace it. That's interesting.
It is.
What are good ways to advertise your comics without feeling too annoying? You're gonna feel annoying, and that's okay. Just don't be rude.
Yeah.
Be annoying, but not rude. Like, don't step into places where you're not supposed to advertise. Like, don't go into a YouTuber's comment section and be like, hey, read my comic. Or, hey, look at my videos. You're like, okay, chill out, dude.
Yeah, don't go into people's DMs and say, hey, read my thing. That's also
Except
rude.
if they're professional. Like, it's difficult. Like, if there's someone who likes comics and stuff, like, conversate with them first. But like, approach people who would be interested. And post things on your social media, and don't feel bad about that.
Yep. You can promote as much as you want on your own channels.
Yeah. Try native advertising type styles too, where you advertise but hide it. Like how you're not supposed to link on Twitter, because if you link on Twitter, it's like less loved by the algorithm. So always just be like, check out my store, but don't link to it. And everyone's like, where's the link, you dummy? And you're like, I'm not dumb, I'm just smarter than you. You're like, algorithm hates it. Yeah, always put a picture.
Do we sound annoying when we advertise our Patreon? Just mimic us.
Yeah.
Unless we're annoying, then sorry.
Well, you gotta couch it and like, I'm sorry, gotta make a living, lol.
Yeah, you just like, hey,
Bones
not to
is
sound like a...
combination of all signs, pure chaotic energy.
I feel like, okay, every time I hear about Aries, it just sounds like people with ADHD. And I know that not everyone who's born in April has ADHD.
How do you know if your story is moving too fast? You can't keep up with it. If people are confused, that's usually too fast.
Yeah.
Any tips on comics? Small comics, like less than 10 chapters with ton of intersecting plot lines that all come together at the end. That is too short a comic for that. Like, stop overloading your comics with multiple plot lines. Each plot line you add will usually add like at least 50 pages to your comic. So keep it small, okay? I believe in you. But keep it small. How do you feel about collecting multiple items in order to power something? Solve a problem cliche. It's amazing. It's a good cliche.
I love quest plots. Fetch
It's
quests.
strong energy. It's a basic storytelling trick. It's very good for beginners because it's still interesting to people.
Yes.
Yeah, but just mess up with the formula a bit and usually you're good. I love Cucumber Quest and it's literally that.
Yeah.
So there's just more layers that slowly get added.
You just gotta understand, like, what's appealing about it, right?
I'm low-key reading a comic about a lamp. Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Even 2 to 4 plot lines feels like a lot.
That's a lot of plot
For, like, a short
lines.
comic. Like, I feel like
Pretty Mouth is like
one
two plot
yeah.
lines. And it's 250 pages.
Mm-hmm. And even
Like,
then, we
there's
should have made it longer.
Well, there's multiple character plot lines. Like,
Okay.
let me try and break it
Okay,
down.
okay.
Because there's, like, the part with the witch, which is that's a plot line.
Mm.
Then there's, like, Rizzo's arc and Evan's character arc. And that's kind of it. Like, there's the major arc about defeating the witch. There's Evan's emotional problems, and then there's, like, Rizzo's emotional problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything else is just, like, a plot point. Like, Silver doesn't really have a plot line. Like, she kind of has a plot line, but it's, like, a mini plot line, which is serving a major plot line.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's, like, tied to the witch, right?
Yeah, that would be,
Yeah.
like, the witch plot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pixar Lamp reaches close to home. Do you read any comics from other artists? I read all of Jay and Wendy's stuff because they're our friends. They were at our wedding.
Yeah.
And I read Cucumber Quest, though I guess that's over now.
Full Spectrum Therapy by
Yeah.
Alan Kaplan's really good.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's-
It's like all the
Hemlock.
comics I
Hemlock's a good comic.
read. Oh, that one's good too.
There's other comics, but I don't read them.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
I've got like a few that I always come back to. But
I'm a
I'm not
non-fiction
avid.
boy. I love my non-fiction.
Yeah.
Oi, hello.
Hello. Evan's a meanie. Agreed.
How to advertise your Patreon without sounding annoying. Check out my Patreon. You guys can get your art critiqued by us. $8 a month. Currently, we do like 3 pieces of work. You can send in like a design or a page or a series of pages if you want like not really like a composition study but want us to like look at a scene, or you can send us up to like 40 pages of script and that would count as like one entry because it's really hard to like read something that isn't like the full chapter to judge it. So yeah, that's $8 a month and we do that all on stream. And you know why that's not annoying? It's because it's something that you guys would be interested in.
That's
if you're
true.
talking to someone that's interested in your stuff, it's fine to advertise to them because all you're doing is telling them about something they might be interested in. And like don't always get to see what you're saying, and even when they do, it can sometimes take like 3 tries. I think it's like people need to see something 7 times before it registers to them.
Yep.
So yeah, don't feel bad. As long as they're interested in it, you're fine.
The thing is, if they're not interested, they can always just leave.
Yeah, if the people who complain about it, don't even worry about them. You don't want them around anyways. Because
Exactly.
you can't advertise to them. You can't monetize them. You don't want unmonetizable friends.
Stop.
I'm planning on finishing my whole comic before uploading. Will it be good to get some beta readers to make sure I'm on track? Yeah, go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with beta readers. Beta fish.
The bet the fish.
Beta fish. Can't live in cups.
I just have this image of you holding like a book out to your betta fish and you're like, read it.
Read please.
Give me feedback.
Feedback.
And he's just like, where's the food? fights book.
Is it good to post comics on Webtoon? Yeah, Webtoon's good.
Yeah.
I'm planning on making a comic with a female gnome being a leader of a small gang of thieves in your video game. Your videos have been really helping me understand the aspect of story writing. Thank you.
Glad they helped.
Tilly Walden. I have never read anything by Tilly Walden. I don't even know who. I'm psychic. Oh, I made it to the end.
Woohoo!
Yes. Okay. Is a fan comic a good way to start your comic career? Yeah, go ahead. Have fun.
Why not?
I think you should probably write your own comic because you can do more with it. But
Beta fish, 2 out of 10. Not enough bloodworm. Book would be better with more bloodworm.
give bloodworm.
Give.
I'm planning on making a comic where each chapter can be read as a standalone story, but when added together, they form character arcs. Any tips in that area? I hate those kind of stories.
Wow, tell them how you really feel, Bones.
No, I just hate writing them. They're so
Ow.
hard. Like, don't make more work for yourself. Because the thing is, right? Like, people are going to read one Like, the people that are only going to read one chapter are only going to read one chapter anyways. So you might as well just make everything work together. It just gets really hard and confusing. If you can do it, go right ahead. I just don't. I just get burnt out on those. I've tried them. It's hard. It's just hard to build and create the thing. Don't make effort. Don't make efforts for yourself.
Like,
Don't make unnecessary work. If it's something you really want to do, go ahead. Like, make it better than anything I could ever do.
I think if you're learning, there's definitely merit to not overcomplicating things to yourself.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're just starting out, just write a normal story.
Yeah.
Okay? Bones' advice, give up.
I feel like Lear's scared of something. He's like really low to the ground and like walking really slow, like or he's hunting. Could be either one.
What's the matter, buddy?
Okay, bud. Oh, he's scared.
Aw.
Aw.
I'm gonna go see my baby.
Okay, go hang out with Lear. I'll keep answering questions.
Did you see something, buddy?
Our little Lear is scared. Little kitten. I don't want to leave the stream, but my mom is forcing me to clean. Aw. Goodbye, Artverse. Go clean your room. But thank you for coming. Bones' advice, give up. Lear heard a ghost. I know, he's always seeing ghosts. He senses my presence. It brings him fear. Are you scaring my cat, Nikki? Does anyone else have more questions? Yeah, I don't know, like, the whole, like, keeping it simple when you're learning, it's kind of like why I keep talking about, like, make sure you do your prep work for your comics, because, like, that way you don't have to learn how to design characters while you're also learning how to draw comic pages. You know, you just gotta, like, learn one thing at a time, and you'll learn that thing faster and less complicated for your brain, because learning stuff is really hard, and it takes a lot of brain power. I came to your stream for the first time. Hello. I mean, I'm not sure. My comics just basically put my OC story idea in idea templates. Does that count as enough relevance? I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. How do I outline? When Bones gets back, I'll make sure he answers that. To make readers read all the chapters. Like, how do you make readers read all the chapters? What? How do you think is the best... Well, guys, so many questions. What is the best way to visually differentiate flashback from the present? I think you can do that however you see fit. I think you just need to make a stylistic choice. So, for example, What I did in Magpie, and I think this one's kind of common for like black and white comics, is whenever there was a flashback, I'd turn all the gutters black instead of white. And that would signify like, hey, we're not in the present time. Look, it's visually different. But you can do that any way you want. You can change like the shape of the panels. You can change the color. You know, you could make it all monotone, monochromatic for a flashback, whereas the present is full color. You can use a whole different visual style. Like suddenly your characters are like simplified or stick figures or something to show the past. Like it just depends on how you want to make it look. There's no like set standard. When I feel like I'm doing something super unnecessary and complicated, I imagine the look Bones would give me and I stop myself. Thank you, Victoria. A simple short comic, how much prep do you recommend for it? To give you a useless answer, as much as you need. If you're making like, say you're making like a 20-page comic or something, like obviously you need your character designs and your setting design, but because it's shorter, it'll probably just be like 1 or 2 characters and like 1 or 2 settings. And then obviously you can write out your whole script if you're doing a really short comic so that you don't have to like draw and write at the same time because it's short. And whereas if you're doing something that's really long, you might want to start working on the visuals before you finish writing your comic just because it'll take so long. I have to fix my lawnmower. Oh no, I'm sorry, Blue. I almost wish I got paid for the stuff I do for my family. That's fair. I don't want to learn. I want to do. I mean, doing is also learning. How do I give critique without making my artist do the big stress? Oh, that's hard. I think you gotta like... Good question, Charlie. That's hard. I mean, Bones will often be like, you have to redo this to me all the time, but we're used to it. And it's like, sometimes he'll show me something and he's like, you have to redo that panel, that's bad. And I'll be like, you're right. I was just hoping you'd let it slide. And you'll get better at recognizing that as you go. Like, I think communication is just important. Like, asking, if you're ever looking at something and you think, like, I don't like this panel, it's bad, how do I tell my artist? It's like, I think the best way to approach it is just be like I'm having trouble with this panel. Like, what's your thought process? Like, what's going on in here? Like, you can, there's nicer ways to say that, but, like, just kind of, like, ask them questions about what they were thinking and work with them to get their vision about what they intended with it, because, like, you could just be disagreeing about what they intended. I don't know. It's hard. It's a lot of communication and just, like, checking in with your artist or your writer and just being like, are you in an emotionally okay place to hear critiques right now? Because sometimes Bones will come at me with critiques and I'm like, you're going to make me cry because I'm having a really hard time right now. But sometimes I'm like, you're right. I'm chill. This is cool. And it also helps when giving critiques to put it in a compliment sandwich. So you're like, I really like what you did here. I'm not a big fan of this right here, but over here is really nice. Do more of this, you know? Make them feel really good about themselves and just encourage them to improve things instead of making them feel bad because they made mistakes. Question. Publishing to webtoons. Would it be a good idea to make regular comic pages and long format just in case you want to make a book later? Yes, that is what we do. Obviously, you don't have to make it ready for book format if you don't want to, but if you want to make a book later, it's a good idea because it's very easy to take one that's in like book format and stretch it out to like webtoon format. So, yeah. I really love working on my comic, but I pretty much never draw my characters outside of comic work. Same. Me too. Is that bad? It depends on what you want to do. If you really, really feel like you need to be doing more art, like in your sketchbooks or whatever, then just make sure you spend 10 minutes every once in a while to just doodle. If that's what you want to do, but you don't gotta. Did Leah run away?
I don't know where he is.
Oh, is he in the closet?
I can't see him in there.
'Cause I saw him run over there.
He ran over here.
Yeah. Is he maybe inside the tower in the kitchen?
Just don't worry.
Okay. Say good things with the critique. Thanks, Ursula. I want to make something short so I can get it done faster and actually have a comic under my belt. Oh, that's awesome. Threaten them with a knife. That is not a good way to make your critique partner feel good. How to not dump too much information into the first chapter. Bones can give a better answer for that. How to decide the length of the comic. Again, Bones can probably answer that. I think it really depends on how many characters there are and how many like plot threads there are. Because like if you have one main character and the focus is just on their like personal growth, you could probably do a short comic depending on what the arc is. But if you have like 15 characters, it's going to be way longer, especially if they're all major characters, which I wouldn't recommend, especially for your first comic. Just keep it to like 1 or 2.
He's behind the garbage.
Oh, hi, Lear. Yeah.
I took him to the bathroom because he was under your bed, and he was just trembling on the floor.
Matica, can you get out of here? You can't attack Lear. He's sad right now.
Yeah, he was just trembling.
Oh, baby.
No.
Baby Lear.
Yeah, he just had a really hard day.
Yeah, he must have saw something scary again.
Yeah, and his heart is just pounding.
Oh.
I figure the best course of action is to put him in a little thing and give him pets.
Yeah.
So now he in kennel, and there's no escape.
No.
So he can't hurt himself trying to climb up a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got like the scared eyes.
Because he's done this before, where there wasn't anything physically wrong with him. We took him to the vet, and they made fun of us for bringing him in.
Yeah, that was the worst.
That was annoying.
I hated that, but...
Yeah. It wasn't our
Stop
usual
breathing
vet.
on my knees.
Matica.
Go away. Go lay down.
That's not
sitting.
laying down. But yeah, so we just gotta sit with our little boy and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, he's trembled.
I'm sorry, boy.
He saw something scary.
Yeah. Did a hawk come at you?
He had a panic attack.
Oh, anxious baby.
Panic attack. Oh, I'm getting the loves.
Yeah.
Send love to Lear. We're so close to being able to get like YouTube sponsored.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or whatever
Yo.
that program is. We need to get 30K, and then we might be able to get on the program. And then we
Nice.
can get custom emojis for the chat.
Heck yeah.
We can add the Lear and the hangry.
The hangry.
Yeah.
The best one.
Sorry, baby.
Lear.
He's so scared.
What happened?
Scared
Lou?
baby.
What happened? Hopefully he isn't like this for days like last time. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just an hour or so.
Well, we know how to deal with it now.
Yeah, true.
Like, he's not gonna bite. He just growls. He didn't even growl at me. He like scared.
Aww.
I scared him out of from under your bed, and they ran into the bathtub.
Aww.
And then I grabbed him, and he was good.
Baby boy.
Oh yeah, it is great.
Yeah.
Well, just calm down. It's like how, like, when new people come to our house, he gets like this too.
Yeah.
If he saw someone in the yard, maybe, or something.
Oh, maybe. Maybe someone walked by the window.
Something happened that spooked the boy.
Yeah. Poor boy. I
Bones
think
came. How do I not dump too much information into my first chapters? There's gonna be lots of information, but you kind of break down it's like a lesson plan, right? You break it down into your main topics, and each chapter is like a lesson point, you know?
that's a cute way of putting it.
Yeah.
You're making a little
It's like
class.
scene 1, we're gonna talk about the backstory of the main character. And obviously you do this in a fun way. Like, lesson plans shouldn't be boring. You want your kids to listen.
Mm-hmm. It's cute. Fatal, don't bite me. You
Which
rude
game
boy.
is today's gonna be? Probably Quiplash, I think.
Yeah, we'll do another quick flash. Okay, we should probably start on that because it's like 3:30 and we came in at 2:30.
Yeah, let's do that.
Guys, am I ever gonna finish panel 1? Look at this mess. It's just scribbles. I feel like until I get to the very final stage of coloring, it's just scribbles.
It's such a mess.
I hate it. Well, I have to figure out what's going on. How do you outline without stressing out?
Tea. Herbal teas.
Herbal teas, chamomile.
Take a deep breath. You're not trying to cure cancer here. Like,
It's true.
it's very low risk.
Yes.
If you mess up, no one dies, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do it correctly, a lot of people die. That's writing.
Lineless is a mess till it's done, right? It's the worst.
Petting your boy.
It's a boy.
You got your phone?
Yes.
Alright, let's
Okay.
set up.
Let's do this. We're gonna play games. We're gonna play so many games.
Yeah, basically close your door until he's chill.
Okay.
Because he likes to hide under your bed, and I think that just makes him more stressed.
He just gets anxious under my bed.
Well, it's because you're hiding, and it's like, I don't know, when you're hiding, you start, like, making shit up in your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like, an endless cycle. Right now, he's got his ears back. It's really intense. Like, I hear something. Like, everything is spooky to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn away.
Shika, shika, shika. Okay.
Meow.
So, for anyone who's new, we're going to be playing Quiplash, which is a Jackbox party game. And our patrons will get first pick of any game. They get to jump in.
Yeah. So that's $5 patrons got first pick.
Yes. So they get to be included in every game, but once they're in, then...
You can probably pass it to the $1 patrons after that, and then
Yeah.
we'll pass it to the public chat.
Yes. So then, if you are in the chat and you're not a patron, there's a chance you could play, but it just depends
Yeah, and
on
we'll do
how
2
many
rounds.
patrons are around. Yes, we do 2 rounds. So, Quiplash.
Yep. I lick my fingers. No, I'm still scary to you. Okay.
Leo.
Well, you're gonna sit right here between us. I'm gonna sit in the middle where it's safe. Nothing will come for you. Not even the chat.
Yeah.
Because they understand that you're a sad kitty today. Spoopy. Spoopy
Okay,
poopy.
patrons.
Wait, I need it.
Oh.
Show me the code. You didn't let me enter. You're just like,
Well, you weren't fast enough.
you weren't fast enough.
Yeah.
Get good.
Get good. Or get out.
You're so scared. My poor baby. My son is sad.
Okay, patrons, if you go to the Saturday after party chat, that's the code is waiting for you.
Have fun with the games. Thanks for stopping by, Q Nikki. I'm coming, Lear. No.
Don't be mean to Lear. Okay, well, wait.
He's looking at you, Ursula.
Hi. Okay, buddy. What if we play? What if there's...
Oh man, a bunch of people joined.
Oh, man.
We're good now.
Is there anyone else online?
There's a few people. Mothcry doesn't like the game.
Oh, right.
And then pass it to the patron chat.
Okay.
There might be. What you barking at? See if anyone's on there.
So if you're a $1 patron, go check out the Patreon chat.
I thought audience was in Quiplash. Like, I'm pretty sure.
I thought so. A dorg.
Dorg. Bork bork.
Bork bork.
Okay. I think that's good. Let's
Okay.
shoot it to the chat.
Okay. Streamers, get in here. So go to Jackbox TV.
Oh, you also need it so that I can see it.
Oh, wait.
I don't know how we're gonna set this up with Lear here.
Mm-hmm. So hop in. There's limited space. Oh, we're full.
Careful.
Okay. Can you see? Right here?
Yeah, I can see that way.
Okay. Alright.
Let us begin.
begin. Oh, I need the chat back.
As we get more patrons, it's. But
Here we go.
let us
Okay. Let's start.
begin.
Okay, so for this, we were given like a prompt to answer, and then they get pitted against each other, and people vote on which is funnier.
Exactly.
Do.
And keep it wholesome. No stanky jokes
Yes.
that are YouTube inappropriate and that will get us banned from YouTube because
Mhm.
that would ruin our life.
Keep it wholesome and sweet.
Yeah. Fart jokes are fine.
Yes.
Round one. Okay.
Round one. Oh, and there's also a delay for your vision, so make sure you get your answers in quick.
Yeah. There isn't an audience. That's so weird.
That's really weird, because usually for the other ones, points based on the percentage of players who like your answers. Okay. Okay, so fill out your prompts, guys. They should be on your screen.
Oh my god. I hate this. I don't have any answer.
I know, I'm like,
Okay. I did my best. Guys, I did my best. I hope you appreciate my best. Because it wasn't good. Sometimes you're just like, I'm not funny. I've never
Right.
been funny.
yeah, I'm like, Mine are so dumb.
Is it
'Kay.
saying?
The title of the most boring porno ever.
Man, keeping it wholesome.
So wholesome. Drawing comics or wholesome touching.
Those are good. Oh man.
I need to write down plot points on cards and move them around, but I have a whole executive functioning block. It makes
Oh my
writing
God.
by hand painful. Oh. I agree. Wholesome touching was the better one.
Yeah, that was really funny. I mean, the comic could be a.
I guess that's fair.
That's true.
Could be an adult comic.
Holding hands before marriage.
Oh, I should have put Leaving Room for Jesus.
Brand name of the bottled water sold at the Land of Oz. Dupe Scoopin?
Joop Schnoopin or Ozgo.
The question's hard.
That is a weird one.
That is a very weird question.
Oh, I didn't vote.
Ursula.
I was too slow.
Ursula, you're blocking the thing.
Oh,
with your
sorry.
Hands.
Way to go, Marie.
I can see him just breathing hard.
Oh, honey. Poor Lear.
Poor Lear. F in the chat for my cat.
Yeah.
You had to do this during a stream?
I know.
Make up a word for the watery substance that comes out of the ketchup bottle when you first squeeze it. Oh man, that's specific, but I get it. Fermented apple
Ew.
juice. Sad dressing. Oh.
I'll get you, Lear.
Oh.
Oh,
There's some
no.
ideas for that one. That was funny. I like sad dressing.
Sad dressing is good.
Thank you, Bart Simp. Oh man. I'm sorry, Soul.
Fermented apple
Wait,
juice
V.
is good.
V and Soul have each other's back.
Yeah.
I have to get the temptations for Lear. Getting some cheeseburgers.
Some treat.
And Kit Kat cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
What Chewbacca has really been yelling all these years.
Oh no.
I'm
a
a
furry.
furry.
Or
I think Moto
Moto
likes you.
Absolute winners, right?
Yeah. Winners' rights. Man. Thank you. Oh, guys. Thanks. I wasn't very confident in that answer. I like them thick. I like them chunky.
I'm talking about cookies.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like crispy, thin cookies.
You're weird.
I don't like chunky cookies. Give me oatmeal raisin. I like them crispy. A little known way to get gum out of your hair, gross crying, or industrial sized vacuum. Those are both good. We got a vacuum today and I'm very excited to use it after this stream. The bigger chunks of chocolate chunks. I was late to the stream. Hi, Spoon.
Hey. Chewy cookies are good. I agree.
Chewy's alright. I like a little crispy outside, chewy inside.
That's also good.
Oatmeal raisin cookies with macadamia nuts and white chocolate.
I feel like if you have a crunchy cookie, it has to like melt in my mouth. I don't like when they're just hard. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
A business or service that shouldn't have a drive-through window. Oh no. A pet shop specializing in birds or the boat dock.
Quietly trying to...
I'm like,
I'm trying to...
I'm sorry, Spoon.
I'm sorry, Spoon. It's full.
It's full.
Yeah, you gotta go fast this round. We have like 3 empty spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're getting so many patrons.
So many patrons.
We're so popular.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Ace 10 wins with the bird
Dang.
shot. Man, this game's hard.
It is.
Wait for the next one then.
Yeah.
Mwahaha. Good job, Ace. Ace of puns. The unsexiest thought you can have. Pass me the bagged milk.
Asexual radio silence.
Milk.
Milk.
Bagged milk is good.
It is. Very good, Bones.
I just didn't know what to do. That was my brain trying to think of an answer.
Asexual cricket noises.
Yeah.
You can make jokes in the chat
Ace
though.
of
That's
pancakes
true.
over here.
Oh my god. Asexual radio
What?
silence is a mood.
You hope the Mars rover finds.
Bones.
Bones.
Alive Badger!
Oh.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Oh no.
Since 1979. Asexual radio silence is a mood. Oh my god, it's my always mood. Also, transgender radio silence. That was me when the barber was talking about the past clients. Like, was that a boy or a girl, you think? I'm
You're
like,
like-
I don't want to participate in this conversation. Good job, Soul. You won one.
Hey.
Sorry, Lucy. Live
Sorry.
Badger's a crowd favorite.
That's true. I did
It
like your
was.
answer.
It was a good
I would
answer.
I would love it if the Mars River was like, I hate bones.
It finds Bones, and it turns out Bones is just an alien species, and they're all like me.
They're all you.
Mars is entirely inhabited by Bones.
All point values are double.
Heck yeah, okay.
Oh,
Let's
happy almost
answer.
birthday, Spoon.
You should get a prompt on your phone now.
Yes.
Or device. This answer is just for me. um.
Happy 14th on the 14th. Hello, we are Bones. But it's all spoken at the same time by like 3,000 aliens. Golden birthday. Oh yeah, it's your golden birthday. Will I be old enough to mod? Nope. Gotta wait 4 more years.
14th on the 14th?
Happy birthday.
Oh my goodness. Is it Spoon?
Spoon.
Spoon's turning 14?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Happy birthday.
You're almost a tolerable age. For all of us. For you included. 14 sucks.
That's true.
15 sucks. 16 sucks.
17 was okay.
No, it wasn't.
Mm.
Not for me.
18 was okay.
18 was almost okay. 18.
I had a lot of panic attacks at
Hurry!
18.
Yellow!
Hurry! V, come on!
No!
No!
I did significantly worse this round. A weapon that should be added to the game Clue. Oh my god. A live badger, of course. A furry. Oh no.
I couldn't think of anything. Ah!
Oh my god,
Oh,
it's
oh,
this
for
game.
real.
17 and 18 sucks, yeah.
Yep,
You're going through an awkward phase from 12 to 28. or
pretty much.
25.
Ugh.
A live badger versus a furry. Who will win? Good job, Ursula.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I had to use it somewhere.
Liberty.
Lipped.
T for the liberals. How embarrassed for you, you just blank. Submitted by Ron Patrick. You just sharded. Or you just wrote a 1,000-page script.
Very good. What the frick is with the live badger joke? It's
Not-
from the last time we played. People kept using it.
Everyone loves the live badger. I mean, I'd fight the badger and would win against the furry. It's amazing.
Oh, that was a good one, Ace. Ace
What
is
if
really
it's a
good at
furry
this.
that studied the blade? Because that's
Ooh.
gonna be me. Me and Ursula are gonna study the blade.
We're gonna, instead of like going to the gym, we're gonna take up sword fighting to get
Yes.
exercise.
And then we're gonna get fursuits.
The real
armor.
reason Mr. Clean is grinning.
Do you really want to know, kid? Or, oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah, that was a hard question.
That is.
Good job, Saul.
Hey,
Hey, a win by default is still a win.
that's true.
Look at that fat little purple guy. Living their best life. God damn.
Aw.
Pulls
out
out
katana.
katana. Forgive me, master. The weirdest sentence a judge could impose.
10 years in a sock prison, or just leave.
Just leave. It was for me, Ursula. It's very important to me.
Well, Bones.
Am I a little fat purple guy to you? Yeah, you're a baby Grimace.
Mr. Clean killed me. That's why he was smiling.
Thanks for all.
You're welcome, Bones. Guilty
What?
people say what? What?
What? It's just the honey walls joke. Makes me happy.
Yes.
Aw.
Oh, yeah.
Lear's in a sock prison.
Mhm.
A Starbucks coffee that should never exist. What is it? Potato latte. The unicorn. Oh wait, it did. I love. I would.
I didn't kill my wife.
What? I rest my case. Potato latte. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I kind of love this because you don't have to be able to spell.
Yes.
Because, like, Drawful, I always panic when I'm like, oh no, am I spelling it wrong?
Did I do this correctly?
I didn't kill my wife. I thought about the unicorn. Right now, there's the tie-dye latte.
There's a tie-dye
There's
latte?
a tie-dye frap. It looks horrible. How Garfield, the cartoon cat, will eventually die. It's Lear.
Consumption. Or car! Oh my god.
Let's be real. He'd be driving the car.
But he's
Drunk
gonna
driving.
die of like a heart attack from all the cholesterol.
That would be consumption.
Oh.
Consumption related.
Consumption of lasagna.
I love consumption. That was great,
I
Pam.
love car.
Car. Carl. I like that they both start with C. And they were
Yes.
short. Like, that was good. Bill Murray will run himself over. Run him over. Oh.
Lasagna overdose.
A theme for a desk calendar that wouldn't sell very well.
Cat buttholes.
But I'd buy that, honestly. Is me.
Very good. Cat buttholes.
I wish I could have.
Oh, sorry, me.
It was hard.
It was.
This is a hard game.
It is. You have
The
to
worst
be so
way
fast.
to spell Mississippi. Imp Simps.
Q Simpsons intro.
Mississippi is a
Mississippi's.
spelling of itself. Oh man, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are good at these. Imp Simps. No, I wanted to click. Oh god, they're so fast.
I know.
I'm sorry. I would have done Imp Simps. I'm sorry. We all panicked. It was too many answers.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi. Imps a pimps. Speaking of states that are terrible. Is it Mississippi or Alabama that literally has the Confederate flag in their flag?
I think it's Alabama.
Alabama, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yikes. Okay, so this one, everyone spits a different
Heyo,
answer.
Soul. Wait, Soul's already here. Who said hey?
From the creators of Whack-A-Mole comes the new game Blank a Blank.
Sent. I'm the first.
Do you write them both in the same answer?
Yeah. Yeah, you just write it as one answer.
Oh, okay.
This isn't Cards Against Humanity. Got a Confederate flag the other day when I was getting... What? Blank a Blank is my favorite game.
Blank a Blank.
No, Mississippi? Okay, I
Oh,
thought
is it
so.
Mississippi? Oh.
I think Alabama, like, is just, like, a cross or something.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Come on, you two, you have 2 seconds!
Come on! Do it! One! Ah! No!
You fools!
You
I'm gonna scream! Slap a pole, kill a calico, bop a bones, slap a bones, yeet. Look alive badger. Okay, you get to vote 3 times. And you can vote for the same one multiple times. Okay, good. I already quit. Oh no!
Oh no!
Aw.
Sorry, Lucy.
Alabama's the Scottish flag, but red and white. I thought so.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Slap a bones. Thank you. I agree. Whack-a-mole. Kill a calico. Yeet.
Eat, eat.
Yeet, yeet.
Eat, eat.
Yeet, yeet, eat feet. Yeet a teat. The top century arcade game. Slap a pole.
Slap a pole. Hi, Fado. What are you doing?
Kill a calico. I like that one. That
Oh,
was
thanks.
good. Eat, sleep, repeat. Oh, I did well.
Hey, Papa Bones. I like that one.
Go pop pop. Gotta get that alliteration.
Bop bop.
That's Bones' favorite. Look alive adventure.
That one was really good.
That was good, Soul.
What are you
Doesn't
growling
look.
about? Get up here. You silly sausage.
It's getting hot again.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd the rain go? Papa Bones?
Papa Bones.
Hey guys,
Who won?
who won? It's Bones versus Pan.
Ooh.
Ah, Bones
Oh,
wins.
Bones wins.
Eat my trash, Ace of Pan. Eat it.
Ace of Pan's like, I'm no longer supporting you on Patreon.
Eat it. I want this game.
Okay, we're gonna
Top
do.
surgery was officially called Eat a Teat. I get it. Trans or not. Okay, one more round.
Okay,
Okay,
so
we're gonna start anew.
start anew.
I think I did significantly worse this round. Don't worry about it. I feel like at some point we need to add a Patreon goal that is for I don't know how I'd structure this, but I want to do like an RPG together.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Get in there, Bones.
Oh,
Type in the code before I give it away.
okay. You guys got to get ready because I think we'll only have 3 spots after this.
Yeah. Where's Patreon?
Hello. I would set money aside specifically for that, Bones. Because I always see, like, all of the YouTubes. People doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it only for patrons? Right now, all the patrons are coming in, and I think it's just them.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think so.
anyone else is watching.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so now, before I show it to the public, if you played last round, you're not allowed to play this round, aside from the patrons, obviously. So that new people can get into these last 3 slots.
time for some goddamn redemption. You can do it, V.
Okay, get in here.
V.
Go to Jackbox TV and type in that code.
That's code. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, it's full.
Oh wow, okay, let's do this.
It's Spewty Pie. Spewty Pie.
Taters and Vicky.
Vicky. Okay, we
Woohoo.
got this.
Okay. I'm sorry if you didn't get in.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi, oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Siri.
Oh,
Really? Respond to that?
right.
We're yelling
When
at Siri.
When I actually need you, you're gone.
Hey, sorry.
Stop.
Oh my god, it worked!
Stop. That's my fear. I hate when it turns on when I don't want it. I'm like, stop. You better be sorry.
Okay.
Okay, type in your answers on your phone or whatever you're on.
Oh my god. These are so hard.
Oh my god, what is this?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, that one I got. Okay. Oh. You better be sorry. Do good peeps Tater's redemption for me with the same avatar. I have humor of a grandma. Good, so do we all. I'm never gonna outdo the guillotine question.
That one was so good. What do millionaires fear? The guillotine.
Okay, Spoon, be wholesome.
Oh yeah, you gotta be wholesome.
Gotta be wholesome. I finished with my masterpiece. You came in second. It's beautiful humor. My humor is all over the place sometimes. Honestly, though. I did so bad on my first question. Like, I just put a word in.
I got another unwholesome question this time. The title you'd come up with if you were writing the Olympics theme song.
Waka Waka, but better. I don't know sports at all. You got me. You got my vote. Most ever.
Oh, good, that was me. It's like, I don't know.
Oh my god, I love it. I love that that's the name of the song. I really need to play my own copy of Quiplash. Yeah, it's fun.
It's really fun.
Oh my god, that was really
Ursula, same.
Oh, that was played well to this audience. A kinky, weird thing that does not happen in 50 Shades of Grey, as far as you know. Wholesome touching.
Or
eating cat food
ew.
off body parts.
Ew. Stop. No. I don't like that.
My humor is deadpan. How I came up with
Very good,
question.
V.
Yeah. That was funny. Me and Spoon like that. And Murray. You're Mary.
Oh my god.
I have Drawful 2, Party Pack 3. We need to play some of the other games too. That's why we started doing Quiplash.
Yeah.
A bad name for a pirate. This is where I just gave up.
Your home.
Don't
Frick,
swear.
Don't swear. Lear. Get this swearing off my wholesome channel.
Yeah, get the frick out of here. No hard fricks.
Gosh. Marie! I thought it was gonna be Spoon. Marie!
Go to your room.
Go to your room. Think about what you did.
I just appreciate the
It's
start.
okay.
Yeah.
Bones is always hard fricking.
I do not hard frick ever. Never have I ever said the word that is the 4 letters. Mine is very unwholesome, okay?
Come up with a
Okay.
name for the most difficult yoga pose known to mankind.
Twisted catfish from hell. The Gordian knot.
What? The Hua?
What?
It's obviously pronounced Fook.
Fook. It's okay. YouTube mainly gets mad if we say it out loud, so.
Yeah,
Also, it's not in the first part of the video.
that's also true.
And the game itself gets really sassy.
That's true.
Good job, Spoon.
Hey. It's a twisted catfish from now.
Twist.
No, it's fork.
Fork.
It's fudge.
A really bad name for an apartment complex. Blank place. Oh no.
Millennial place.
Poop.
No, Poor Pals Palace. Poop. Yes, Bones.
Poop.
That's what that says.
I believe that it's pronounced poop. My mind is full of poop. These are some good answers, though.
They
I've done
are.
some hard laughs. Good job, Vicky.
Also, aren't these the same? Poor Pals and Millennials? Yeah. Alliteration. The worst material with which to make a snowman.
Oh no.
Human hair or live badgers. Bless.
Just in, Bones thinks poor people are poop. Everyone's poops. Wait, you're not Spoon. June. June and Spoon. The oons.
The oons.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh wow, it was Ursi versus Bones.
Oh wow. A human hair. Oh god, that'd be so gross.
It'd be the worst. I was also tempted to put like fire or something.
Fire. God, a nightmare of a live badger snowman. They have American badgers at the Vancouver Zoo.
What time is it? Hammer time or yes?
Yes.
Please God no. June Spoon fanfic.
June. Only if you're both in fursuits.
Think about
And all that happens is you go out for ice cream.
I go for ice cream, you high five.
I'm not going back to prison. Yeah, it's underage. You give parental advice.
Yes.
your wise 18-year-old advice.
Little known fact, the scariest animal in the world is the blank cobra.
Limp.
The blimp cobra or spoopy, scary, ooh, nuzzles of doom.
Cobra. My Lear. He's sniff.
Oh dear. Baby boy.
Dude, of course, will be in fursuits. I bet you're Cobra.
I like this idea of like June and Spoon going out for like coffee, and June is like telling Spoon like how to get a date or something, like giving love advice.
They're talking comics.
Yeah. I imagine June is wearing sunglasses.
Because they're hungover.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark can see me in a fursuit. Only Mark can see me in a fursuit. Hashtag June.
Oh, time for new answers.
Oh no. I don't know. When in doubt, type badger.
Oh my god, what do I even write?
I don't know.
June, give me parental advice. I need an unbiased answer in this social climate. Ooh. I feel very cursed.
Oh
I'm in
no, I
love
don't
with
think I got my
Mark.
answer in.
Oh no! An unusual special skill to include on your resume. Eat badgers really fast, or I take an entire day to thumbnail one panel.
Oh. Hurry! Did you
Hurry.
click one?
I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thought you
I'll
were
be
too-
Spoon's wine uncle. There we go.
That was funny, V. I really like
That
that.
was really good. You played to the audience.
I did really bad this round. Sometimes your brain's just not on. It's off.
I think I did poorly this round.
I
As
burst
well.
into laughing at the second one.
So good.
Oh, it's funny.
Terrible vacation idea. Going to visit the Museum of Blank.
What is it? What is it? Live badgers?
Museum of Life
That's just a
Badgers.
zoo.
Or Stinky Boys.
Imagine a zoo full of nothing but badgers. I would love it.
My sister thought I was possessed. I'll be friendly fishing uncle.
Stinky boys. When in doubt, live badgers, though. I
That's
understand.
true.
Yes, you can.
It's hard.
Except I hate fish, so we will be playing carnival games. I love fish.
I'm the relative you don't recognize at family reunions.
What do you call a baby Sasquatch?
A squelch! Or sasqueak.
Sasqueak. Squashling.
Squashling. Beb squatch.
Hey, baby. Oh, he's sleeping on his paw now.
Baby.
I'm back at last.
Hello.
Oh, that was hard.
Mm-hmm.
Both cute. Ack.
Right.
It's cute.
Sasqueak is very cute.
Oh.
An invention by Thomas Edison that never caught on. Oh no.
Yowie. Leave me alone, Charlie.
Charlie.
Don't text me while I'm at work.
What are you sending us? I'm coming.
It's like the book we read last night. It's all I'm
I'm
coming.
coming for you.
Not that kind of.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I love the squirrel just screaming in our yard. I thought
My
those
answers
were
are
birds
not
when I was a child.
wholesome. Same. And I was like, what's a squirrel?
Squirrels make noise.
The worst Vegas casino, Blank Palace. Scam Palace or Bad Odds Palace.
You lie. That is the most wholesome. So many 100%s this round.
I know.
Working Lamau. I'm making money. You wish you had a job as good as I's. I don't know all of the anime terms.
Good. Save yourself, Tuesday.
Can't get enough of this adorable Yanni.
The best title for a new national anthem for the USA. Depression. Or Dear God, contain the president.
To the tune of God Save the Queen.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh, V, that was so good. I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah. This is really good. That was a 10 out of 10 answer. Literally got 6 out of 10 opinions. God save the,
The
USA.
USA. God save us from the president.
There needs to be a wall around the USA, but it's not to keep people out.
A good puck replacement if they run out of pucks in a game of hockey.
Frozen
Frozen hamburgers. For human scalps? Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
Well, that's hockey for you. Dear God, contain the presidents. Yeah, it can also be romance, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, in America it can be. I think in
Yeah.
Japan land it's smut.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't take my word on anything. Smoot. Mr. FQ. That's the code.
Oh, Mr. FQ. I was like, what?
Mr. Frequent Questions.
A really bad
Bad
superhero
superpower.
power.
Oh, superhero power. Throwing supervillains at everything.
Oh no, bones!
Okay, so it didn't get in.
What were you planning to put?
I don't know. I think I just wrote superpowers aren't real.
They're not really silly.
Yuri is lesbians.
Yeah.
Tuesday supposedly gay. Spoon's doing well. I made no points that round. As deserved.
Mhm.
The last lash.
Yes, Yuri on Ice is confirmed gay. Canon gays. I want cute gay girls on ice. Agreed.
The best part about being Donald Trump. I don't. Ugh. Contain him? Put a wall around Trump. We all are quiet.
I'm like, I don't know what to write. Blissful ignorance, orange skin, memes, endless McDonald's, women equality, avoiding the guillotine for now. No one can contain you. This doesn't feel like a very good one to end on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, ew.
We all quietly remember how terrible the world is right now.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't seen anime in years. I'm woefully out of touch. The only exposure I have. You watched Pokemon with us last month.
That's true.
That's anime, technically. On technicality. Spoiler alert. Endless McDonald's.
How dare you steal my tablet glove?
It's mine now. I'm the artist.
Rude.
She's like, yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah,
artist.
be the artist. Well,
There
thanks,
you go.
guys.
We love the guillotine here on the stream.
Revolution.
Whooshy whooshin.
I like that one.
Thank you.
Blissful ignorance.
Ugh. There's nothing. No one can contain
Contain
you.
you.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was very on brand for this specific game.
Yeah.
That's a good callback. Man, we did so bad this round.
I know.
We were like so.
Like, ooh, French Revolution intensifies.
Good job, Mercy. Good job,
You
B.
did it. You had an epic comeback.
The comeback of the century. Alright, guys. Thank you guys for coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the buys for existing. Y'all are appreciated. Y'all are lovely.
Hell yeah.
Y'all are valid. Everyone's valid, except those that are invalid. Get out of our stream. You wouldn't be here though. Am I right? V did it. V did it. Yeah, V did it.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna go cuddle this kitten who's really sad betwixt us. I'm waiting for Ursula to start turning off the stream.
Okay.
Because she's the one in charge of that.
Well.
Goodbye. We'll see you next week. I think
Yes.
next week we aren't doing any games. We're just doing the Pokemon stream with the $5 patrons. So if you want in on that, yeah,
Yeah.
join us.
Join
All right.
us.
Goodbye.
Alright. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your cool questions.
Y'all
See
are
you
cuties.
later. Bye.